Well, from time to time, guys, I like to give you an update on Black wealth. And some of y'all might ask, well, you're a financial channel. You talk about stocks, you talk about real estate investing, you talk about, building businesses. Well, why do you want to talk about Black wealth? Well, if you didn't notice, I'm Black, and I've been Black for 57 years. So from time to time on my channel, I just find it placed on my heart to share some statistics with Black Americans so that we hopefully will get ourselves in a position where we can increase the level of wealth that we have so that we can continue to control 100% of our time and control 100% of our financial destiny. Now, again, my channel is for all people, no matter what you are or where you come from or what your age is or what your gender is. But again, from time to time, I like to be able to get specific and let Black Americans know where we stand as it relates to the wealth in the United States. So I'm gonna read you a few things, and then I'm gonna give you my opinion and wrap this thing up. First thing I wanna read you is this. Black Americans collectively hold an estimated 5.39 trillion in wealth, which represents about 3.4% of the total wealth in the US. White Americans make up 58.4% of the population, hold 84.2% of the nation's wealth. The median wealth for Black households in 2022 was $44,890 compared to $285,000 for white households. Now, again, this is not intended to pit one group of people against another group of people. This is just simply telling you what the wealth disparity is in the United States. That's all it is, guys. This is not something that I'm trying to, spark some fire between the two groups of people. It's not that. I'm just telling you where the wealth is. This is facts. This is not me coming up with some random numbers. These are facts. This is where the wealth is. While Black Americans represent 13.7% of the population, they hold only 3.4% of the nation's wealth. The gap between Black and white wealth is significant, with white households holding about 6 times more wealth than Black households in 2022. The median wealth for Black households in 2022 was $44,890, a significant increase from the $27,970 in 2019, but still a fraction of the $285,000 median wealth for white households. A higher percentage of Black adults report experiencing job loss or income loss, which can further impact their ability to build wealth. Black adults with lower incomes are more likely to be denied credit or approved for less than requested compared to their white counterparts. The racial gap is a result of historical and ongoing disparities in wealth accumulation, including factors like discrimination, housing practices, educational access, and unemployment opportunities, according to a report from Urban Institute. This is not intended to spark some dispute between any two groups of people. I'm just trying to give you an understanding as Black Americans where we sit on the financial totem pole. We're basically in last place. 3.7% of the wealth is what we control, which is at the bottom. Here's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. We got to continue to do better with our money. I don't believe it's a money problem because when you look at our purchasing power, we had over $2 trillion in purchasing power. That means that money, $2 trillion, we spent on something. The problem is we're not spending enough of it on assets that actually go up in value and create wealth. We're spending too much of it on things that actually go down in wealth, which is a depreciating asset instead of a appreciating asset. So I think that's where we have an opportunity as Black Americans to take that purchasing power and redirect it and start investing it into assets that actually appreciate in value, as opposed to spending it on things that depreciate in value, if you follow me there. So again, I don't believe it's an income problem, even though statistics say we're paid a little bit less than some of the other groups of people in our country. That's what the statistics say. I'm not going to focus on that because I believe that $2 trillion represents a lot of money. And when you look at the $2 trillion in purchasing power, we're one of the top groups of people in America at that level of purchasing power. The key is what do we do with the purchasing power? How we spend our money. We have to develop better habits of managing our money and taking that money and investing it in assets that actually build wealth. We really do have to do a better job of that. I would not be doing my responsibility as a person who has built wealth, who has taken his income and done the right things with it. Don't get me wrong. I take some of my income and do nice things for myself. I got cars and but the majority of my income over the last 30 years, guys, I've taken it and I've invested it into assets that actually increase in value and build wealth. That's what we got to do a better job of so that we can have a higher distribution of wealth in this country. Listen, historical reasons, I just mentioned them. Yeah, there's some historical reasons. Slavery, redlining, Jim Crow laws, all of that stuff. But in 2025, although some things still exist that present barriers, I still think we make enough money and have enough money to do whatever we need to do from a wealth building standpoint. You're talking about $2 trillion in purchasing power. That's a lot of purchasing power, guys. So just keep in mind, as you watch this video, think about where you're at as it relates to your wealth building. Are you where you want to be? And if you're not, hey man, you can get there. My channel is dedicated to providing you guys information to help you build wealth, right? I'm no expert here. I'm just a guy who has done this for 30 years, building wealth through paper assets, which are stocks, bonds, mutual fund, ETFs, index funds, buying real estate for income, and then businesses. These are the three things that I've done to build my wealth. And I know we can get ourselves from that 3.7% of wealth distribution to a higher number. We just got to focus on it, redirect our dollars, put them in assets that increase in value, create passive income, as opposed to putting them into things that are depreciating assets that don't increase in value and don't create any income, don't create any passive income for us. We do that, then we'll win. We'll move up. From time to time, I do need to make this type of video just to let you guys know where we're at. And we're making progress, but we've not made enough progress. Matter of fact, the wealth gap is widening. It's getting wider. If we don't change the way we manage our money and the way we invest our money and the way we spend our money, we may not be at 3.7%. We may slide down even further. So we gotta take care of business. Drop me some comments down in the comment box and let me know what you think. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video, smash the like button. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace. Moomoo is going to give you some NVIDIA stock when you open up a new Moomoo brokerage account and make a deposit. All you got to do is get down to the first link in the description box. That's the Moomoo brokerage link. Click on it and get all the details on how you can get some NVIDIA stock. Don't delay, act today. Second link down in the description box is the Wealth Builders Financial Community on Patreon. Guys, all we do in that community is help each other build wealth, get to financial freedom and passive income. If you want to be a part of our team, All you got to do is click on that second link. It'll take you over to Patreon, and then come sign up for the fastest growing financial community on Patreon. We'll call the Wealth Builders.